Hey, let me just start off by saying welcome back to Smokin and Grillin with AB. I'm AB, I'm gonna be your host, and today I'm gonna continue doing what I've been doing as far as like getting you guys to not overthink when it comes to making these, like these super meats. That's what I call it. Right now, we getting ready to make dino ribs. You guys know that. They call plate ribs and they 3-bone ribs. So if you look at them right here, you see 1, 2, 3. If you buy them like that, this is the way they come, and they come super flat. It's the cooking process that's gonna get them to rise up, right? Now, if you look in there, you can see the marbling. That's where you get all of that fat. Remember, that fat is the flavor, right? So we're gonna do a little bit of trim. I'm not finna over talk it. I'm just finna show you guys just how easy it is. So let's get it, folks. Okay, so doing beef ribs, right? This right here, the reason I'm showing the back, this is actually my bottle that I had finished, but this is my blend right here, right? So this right here, real simple. This is a 16 mesh pepper with kosher salt, and I do 2 parts pepper, one part salt, right? Now, for my little bit of adding a little bit of flavor to it, I'll always add some of my BBQ Rub. This right here goes on there. And then if you don't want to do this, but this right here gives us the bark that we're gonna be looking for. Then I like to add this right here. This is my beef seasoning. Now this is for them heavier meats. That's what this is made for, the dino ribs. Now, if you look right here, I got a little bit, this is my spritz bottle. This is just, listen to this. This is apple cider vinegar, right? We got a little bit of W sauce in there. And then I just mix it up, and you can spray that on there. These are just ways that you can get your seasoning, which will be your rub, to adhere. Obviously, I just said W sauce, and this right here is what you guys usually see me like 90% of the time. I just slather this over the top, and then I get everything to stick. Just giving you guys options, right? Okay, so now let's come on down here and let's look at this, because it's gonna need a little bit of a trim. I've done these in the past where we don't trim it, but I can tell you from just experience, when you don't trim it, you put all of your seasoning and everything, you rub this all down and you got it right, a lot of this is gonna render down and you're gonna lose it, right? So we wanna cut it down. Anything that is soft, before I do that one, I want you guys to look at this right here. You see this little soft piece of meat? Soft fat, you know what I mean? I like to go ahead and just take this off, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just I know this is naked, don't worry about it. I just wanna take off some of this soft, because that soft doesn't, render down the right way. You know what I mean? So we just come over here like this. All right, now that I'm done trimming, we'll come back to that and I'll just show you. What I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and fire up my pellet grill, right? This is my RT 1200. So I'll hit power. We drop this down to 250 degrees, because that's where we're gonna start this at. This right here gives us maximum, smoke. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put our binder on there. Now what I did was, I did just go ahead and, start warming up my pellet grill, right? If you guys are using charcoal, you can do the exact same, right? And I want you to notice I didn't put a whole lot of mustard on here. We just want to get it so that it would adhere, right? So I'm gonna take, before I get my hands all messed up with our binder, I'm gonna open up everything. We just gotta remember everything so you don't run through your gloves and stuff like that, right? So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna keep one hand clean. That'll be this one, because this is where I'll do all my sprinkling. This right here is enough to do the whole entire, plate rib. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my barbecue just to get a little light coating of that. You know what I mean? This, like I said, is gonna give us some of that flavor that we're looking for. Right, look at this right here. Look at the color. Look at the coverage also, right? Then I come with my B-Rub, right? This is gonna enhance the color. Look at that right there. Since we still tacky, we come with my 2-part, 1 part. That's, pepper and salt, right? And then we just add this right here on top, just like you see. And this is what's gonna give us that bark, folks. This is gonna enhance the bark, because the B gonna give you a little bit of it too. This blend right here, this is called the ultimate blend, right? It's a premium hardwood pellet. It's 100% natural. It's white oak, red oak, and hickory. No fillers, no additives, and great flavor. Now I got these on a baking rack. I'm gonna go ahead and take this and just put this in here like this. Now, I know the hottest part of my grill is over here on this side, right? I got space in between that. So what I'm gonna do is, let me get a little bit more space. I'm gonna leave it just like this. Push this over there, because this piece will take more than that one. I'm gonna close this, and I'm not gonna look at this again until 1 hour. Then you're gonna find out why we made a spritz. Okay, so look, and we getting ready to take a look at it. This is what it looks like after about an hour and 15 minutes. I went just about 15 minutes longer, right? So we're gonna go ahead, look at this, and then we're gonna decide, do we need to go a little further? I'm telling you we do, but I like to at least go 1 hour before I look at it. Want to make sure it's still moist, right? It's starting to set here, but it's still a little bit moist, right? So we're gonna go ahead and leave this in here and let this go until this bark gets the way we want it. And then we're gonna move over to the next step, and that next step is where we wrap it nice and tight, and we get it, ooh, that's when it becomes tender. All right, so now we're gonna look at it. We done been going for about 2 hours, and let's say about 2.5 hours, right? You can look at it and see the bark is probably about like 90% set. Now I'm gonna stick this in the inside just to see where we at. And we getting like, you know, it's soft. We could get it a little softer. That's where the wrapping come in at. But when I do this right here for all of them, not looking at no internal temp or nothing like that, they almost right. You know what I mean? We might just do that. So what I want to do now is I'm gonna take them and I want to rotate them. So I like this pull back right there. So when I'm gonna take it, remember this is my bigger one, and I just rotate it this way. I'm gonna take this one over here and do the exact same, right? Look at that right there. That's nice. Now I'm gonna get my spritz bottle, and then these little areas where I see it starting to get, especially where it's smaller, you know, the meat is smaller, let's just go ahead and just add a little bit to it. You don't want nothing to pool up on it. Now again, this is W sauce, a little apple cider vinegar, and I put a little apple juice in this too, right? So we just do that just to keep it kind of moist, and we're gonna let it keep going. I'm gonna check on this in 1 more hour just to see where we at, and then it might be ready. All right, so I went 3 hours in here. I just took one of them out because what I want to do is I want to wrap it. Now that I have it nice and tight, I'm gonna use my spritz and just spray this. Just give it a little bit of head start. All right, so I got them both back in here. Now I'm gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna check on this every 30 minutes. What I'm doing is pushing out a little bit more of that moisture in there so we can have a little bit more meat and not so much fat. Then we're gonna check it. We're just gonna keep probing it until it probe like butter. All right, so we're gonna take this out, and I'm gonna just set this right here. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna let this rest. That's like a crucial key part of what we're doing. Anytime you're cooking these big, you know, proteins and stuff like that, like you gotta let it go ahead and, you know, like cool down naturally. Sometimes I stick a towel over the top of this, but this right here, these beef ribs, look, I make these so often. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna let these rest for about 30 minutes, keep them nice and tight. I'm gonna open them up, put them on this board right here, and then we finna break this out. Y'all ain't got your slicer ready? Listen, we finna start slicing all of that. Okay, so I done let this rest, right? Notice how that looks. Look at that. You see we got a little bit more fat out of there. See how dark that is? We'll go ahead and just put this over here like this. Oh yeah. Now it's time to open this up. All right, so now the moment of truth, right? So I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna cut. Obviously I can see the separation of these two bones, right? So as I bring it down this way, I'm bringing it down, look, and I can see this one over here on this side. Look at that right there. So I'll just set that right here like this so you guys can see. I know you right now saying, hey, ooh, AB, can I get one of them? You know what I mean? Yes, you can. All right, so we take it like this and we do it. Look at how soft that is. See where it's pulling away from that bone? You see all that fat is rendered? Yes, sir. This main thing about this video was just to show you guys, man, it's very unforgiving. You know what I mean? We just take our time with it. We don't really put no whole lot of time when we talking about it. It's just about when it's ready, the meat will talk to us. Cheers, y'all. This right here is fire. You guys can see just how moist it is. These are the dino ribs that everybody wished that, you know, they was going to go get. Now you too can make them at the house, right? Super easy. I use my pellet grill. I'm gonna redo these so I can go over the instructions and help you guys set up everything, you know, to use a kettle grill. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and use my stick burner. So just let me know what you guys wanna see next, stick burner or charcoal, and then we'll go from there. Let me know in the comment section below, do you like what you see? What other big protein you guys want to get? I told you in a couple of weeks I'm finna do a brisket and get everybody on top of everything. You know what I mean? So with that being said, listen, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there for me. Listen, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. I'm finna take this in there, cut this down. I got some barbecue baked beans and some potato salad. I'm finna sit down and relax, folks. I'm out. Peace.